Hopefully you can see by now that the notion of raw facts is a naive myth. It mostly doesn't exist. And it mostly doesn't matter what the raw facts of a situation are, because your mind does so much interpretive work all the time. It does so much cherry picking. The amount of raw facts in your worldview and your relationship to reality is less than 1%. The other 99% are your own projections, interpretations, assumptions, metaphysical and epistemic frameworks, biases, attitudes, beliefs, fears, emotions, etc. And even your logic and reason, which you think of as factual, they aren't. They're part of the 99% that are co-opted for your survival. Generally speaking, the problem is that people don't question their initial gut interpretations of situations, refusing to consider or acknowledge alternatives. Therefore, they are not even conscious that these are interpretations. Moreover, it should be stated that your interpretations are not arbitrary. They are deeply distorted by your survival needs and insecurities. So yourself and your interpretations are hitched like this. It's all entangled with your survival, whatever you need to survive. It's not merely that you're interpreting, it's that you're interpreting in a self-serving and worldview reaffirming way. Your interpretations serve to reinforce whatever initial worldview you have, no matter how wrong, inaccurate, or diluted it is. The key point of this conversation is that I want you to start to catch when your own interpretations trick you. I want you to start to notice your own interpretive process ever deeper. Notice yourself denying that your interpretation is an interpretation and trying to retcon it as a fact or as science or just as how things are or as obvious. Notice yourself treating your own interpretations as facts, privileging your own interpretations over the interpretations of others. So see, it's very easy to see when somebody else is interpreting or misinterpreting a situation. It's very hard to see it within your own self. Notice how rash and unconscious interpretations lead to self-deception and misunderstanding of the world and of people. Notice that in your own life. Notice how obvious and singular interpretations make a fool out of you. Reality is a lot less obvious than it seems. Admit that you are interpreting. Start taking alternative interpretations more seriously. Spiral Dynamics Tier 2, Stage Yellow Cognition and above is defined by being interpretation aware and able to hold multiple perspectives at once. The ability to go meta. This is crucial for Tier 2. If you're not able to be aware of interpretations, you're in Tier 1. And you will be until you become aware of that. This takes cognitive development, first and foremost. It takes consciousness. Be aware that most knowledge, opinions, and reporting that you see in culture, on the internet, and elsewhere, that actually what you're getting is an interpretation. And you're not treating it as such. You unconsciously swallow these interpretations and their implicit frames, and this becomes very epistemically treacherous for you. And this leads you into very deep self-deception in your life. The meta point here, the meta lesson I want you to learn from this episode is that rather than looking for one right interpretation and defending it, notice rather all possible interpretations of a situation. This is much healthier, it's much more powerful, and much more resourceful. It'll make you a better human, a better creator. It'll make you more effective in business and relationships, with your health, with your wealth. It'll make you happier. It'll make it easier to do spiritual work.